Like I already mentioned in the YouTube video, Familiarization new crew members, there are several books on the bridge that you can use to study. And any study starts with a training manual, like this Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS training manual. You will find instructions how to use emergency equipment, firefighting equipment, personal safety equipment on board. This page, for example, shows how to wear a life vest and what is the use for it. You might think, oh, I already know how to do that. Yes, but can you explain to the passengers on board in a good English language? If not, you can read how to do this. This page talks about the alarm signals that you might hear on board. You might have forgotten what the sound is for general alarm. Remember? 7 short, 1 long. Read and you will learn. The abandoned ship signal is the same as the general alarm. 7 short, 1 long. Usually you also get an announcement over the public announcement speaker. Abandoned ships, stay calm, move to your muster stations, and boat handling signals will then be used to indicate what to do. When we're using the boats, lower the boats 1 short. Stop lowering the boats 2 short. Dismissal from boat stations, so basically go back to your position, 3 short blasts. These pages explain how to deploy a life raft. Of course, you have been trained not too long ago, so you should all be familiar with it. But if you want to look it up, you will find it in the SOLAS training manual. How about a man overboard situation? Of course, we are going to practice drills once we're on the ship. Here you can read. In a real emergency situations, there's all kinds of signals that can be used to attract attention. Arm signals, rockets, flares, parachutes, etc., etc. Read the fine details about search and rescue operation in your SOLAS training manual. Details about flares and rockets, etc. you can also find in the training manual. And even you can find finer details. How does an EPIRB actually work? Go and look it up when you have time after your watch. The next book on the bridge that I'd like to discuss is the International Code of Signals. In this book you will find all kinds of information, for example, about the flags that we learned about, or Morse code, or other kinds of codes. The record that is very important for court cases is the logbook. What kind of information will you find in the logbook? For example, information about the voyage, about the time, the course, the speed, details about the wind and the weather situation, and other kinds of details. On the right hand side of the page, you can find information about special occasions during the day. For example, when was the departure, when somebody got hurt, whatever happened on board remains in the logbook. As I discussed in the YouTube video, familiarization for new crew members. What we use on board is a checklist for familiarization. And when you sign off on all these details, you will be fully qualified to sail. Oh, look what's happening here. Today we are delivering the crane. Interesting. Yes, Korean crane. See, there's half the crane left. And they're gonna put this one on top. Wow. I'll show you the results this afternoon. There's a boom being delivered. It's all gonna happen today. Incredible. Another part of the installation. These Koreans, they really make it work. They work fast and hard. One of the hardest working people in the world. In average 70-hour work weeks. So, how many life rings do we have on board? Let's go have a look at the amount and the location. Entering the vessel, first thing you see is the channel arrangement. This gives you a list of all the safety equipment on board, including your live buoys, live buoy with self-igniting light and activating smoke signal. We have two on the upper deck. Okay. Live buoy with self-igniting light. We have two on the main deck. One on the poop deck and one on the upper deck. Live buoy with 30-meter live line. We have two on the poop deck. Live buoy with self-igniting light and 30-meter lifeline. We have two on the main deck. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 live buoys in total. Let's see if we can locate them. This here is the main deck. We're walking forwards towards the foredeck. What we see on starboard side, live ring with a light. And another one. Two on starboard and two on port side. From the main deck we walk aft towards the poop deck. Climb up. And what we see on starboard side, another live ring. We keep on going and let's see what we find on port side. Sorry, the background noise was just too bad. So let's continue with the voiceover. What do we find on port side? There's one. And another live ring. So what's the deal with that strange word, the poop deck? What does that mean for a sailor? Well, imagine a big rolling wave coming from astern. It comes down on the ship, it smashes down on the deck, and it starts rolling in. it doesn't stop, of course. It's an enormous amount of water that just keeps rolling and rolling. And eventually it will flood the ship from the back, thundering into the superstructure, into your cabins, into the galley, flooding your engine room. The wave will continue forward, and by the ship pitching and pitching back up, that same wave will come rolling back, losing the stability of the ship. From the poop deck, we move to the upper deck. Come and follow me. What do we find on the upper aft deck, besides the rescue boat? On starboard side, there's a live ring installed. So that's one. Now follow me to the starboard bridge wing. Another one, as we've seen in the Familiarisation YouTube video, this has a light and a smoke can. Entrance to the bridge. The bridge is also called the navigation deck. And from the navigation deck, we go down and we will reach the main deck again. We turn towards starboard. That's where we started off this whole video, and there's the general arrangement. Do you understand the labyrinth? Let's continue on the general arrangement. There's the rescue boat. You'll find one on the upper aft deck. See my video about rescue boat. There's life rafts, 2 on port, 2 on starboard. See my other video on life rafts. Then there's all the life buoys of life rings, life jackets, children's life jackets. So there's 2, there's 12, there's 44, another 2. Let's go and locate where they're all stored away. On what we call the navigation deck, or the bridge, we see 2 life jackets stored in here. Here we go. And another 2 stored in the master's cabin. And on port side, Mr. Mate. Back at the poop deck, we found another 44 life jackets stored underneath these benches. And additionally, we find 10 children's life jackets in this bench here on starboard side. You remember the crew quarters up forward, right? This is still called the tween deck. And there's 8 life jackets stored in port side and starboard side cabins. Let's go into more detail regarding the equipment on the navigation deck. Yeah, what do we see here? 2 immersion suits. A SART, search and rescue transponder. An EPIRB, electronic positioning identification radio beacon. 2 VHF radio, telephone apparatus. 4 live throwing appliances and 12 rocket parachute flares. Wow, we have rockets on board. Right, There's the immersion suit. Here is our SART. Just pull off and bring along. Yeah, open it up. And that's what it looks like. Our search and rescue transponder. How to use. Leave the sinking vessel, step into the life raft. Connect the pole and extend. Pull and brake. Press the on button and it starts emitting signals. Now mount the pole on the side of the life raft and attach that here line so we don't lose it. At least 1 meter from the deck. Right? So there's your pole. Exactly how it's stated. Pull out 1 meter long pole. Grab that start. Screw it in. Attach your line to the life raft. Pull and brake. Press start. Yeah? This is only for testing purposes. Remember there are two SART apparatuses on the bridge. One on port, one on starboard. What else can we find? Hey, there's a rocket. Yeah? Flares, rocket parachute flares. And emergency EEBD, emergency evacuation appliances. Here are our rocket parachute flares. Plenty of them. And our line throwing appliances. Well, Captain Steve already talked about it, right? See the other videos on my channel. On the general arrangement we also saw the two-way VHF radio telephone apparatuses. Well, look at that, we even have three. Channel 16, emergency operation only. Well, that's the end of part 2 of familiarization. We will continue in our next video regarding the safety routes on board and firefighting appliances, especially where are they all located. Yakwe, see you next time.